Spartans! What is your profession?
I try to live what they let go, away to dreams they'll never know. But a drowning soul can't save the tide, and now I see I must step aside.
I fought till my hands turned to stone, carrying battles that weren't my own. They swore they'd stand but turned away, left me to bleed in the fray.
I held the line as long as I could, fought for the spark they misunderstood. They whispered dreams they never choose, said they were in but lived to lose. I can't fight for you no more, knocking on a locked up door. You said you were in but faded out, your silence echoes a deafening shout.
I wanted to see your colors fly, but you clipped your wings and let them die. You craved the fall, not the fight to win, a war within that you let begin.
I can't fight for you no more, knocking on a locked up door. You said you were in but faded out, your silence echoes a deafening shout. I saw the fire dim in their eyes, promises buried under their lies. They wore the crown of fleeting belief, but ran from the throne when it brought grief. Oh,
I tried to carry your weight on my back, but your shadow was a heavy attack. You disappeared when the fire burned high, left me screaming at an empty sky.
I wanted the victory more than they, but you can't chase stars for those who stray. So I lay down the sword and walk away. The battle's lost, they chose decay. I can't fight for you no more, knocking on a locked up door. You said you were in but faded out, your silence echoes a deafening shout. Oh, they vanish like shadows in the light, fading away when it's time to fight. I reach my hand, they let it fall. I can't catch ghosts, I've given it all.
Oh, they vanish like shadows in the light, fading away when it's time to fight. I reached my hand, they let it fall. I can't catch ghosts, I've given it all.
Welcome. So many issues going on today. Trying to see where is my name for one. Let me see. Got it. There we go. Boom. That's what I was missing. So I am Techotroff. We are Engineered to Win. How is everyone doing today? Had some issues to get going. So funny. The camera and the Stream Deck did not want to come on. I switched the plug to try to avoid the issue that we're having with the camera going on and off last week, and it would not come on. I ended up, oh my God, I see what, I'm not happy right now. I'm missing a light. We're going to make do with it. We are going to make do. This side of my face is going to be darker. This side is going to be fine. Whatever. Anyways, I flipped the plug the other way, or the USB-C, and it started working. I was like, this is dumb. But whatever, it's technology. We'll figure it out as we go along. But we're not gonna spend too much time today because I am getting started later than I wanted to, unfortunately. And let me see, make sure that we are on all the places. Yep, we are on Arena, we are on YouTube, we are on Twitch, and we are on X as well. Today, the goal is to look into Indico events. We got Slack working. I'll show you that as I get started, showing you that Slack is actually working the way that I want it to work, mostly based off the registration. But I do want to investigate Okta to see if we can set up a test Okta. I know they have a 30-day trial. I think there's some type of free enough tier for it. I want to see if I can get Okta set up with my Indico events so that we set up some users in Okta so we can automatically connect. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea how we're going to do this yet, but we're going to figure it out. We're going to investigate some Okta and we shall go from there. Best of luck to us. All right, but first, I wanted to do some housekeeping and then show you around the updates that I've made to my Tech Barbarians coaching portal. It is coming along nicely, getting some great ideas. Use Gemini to get some ideas, had Lovable implement them, all this good stuff. It's really good, really good. So I'm going to show you that as well. But first, let's take care of some housekeeping really, really quick. First and foremost, I just want to give a very, very big thank you to all of the subscribers to the channel, those who are brand spanking new to the channel, and those who have been with me for a very, very, very long time. Those who are very, very active, and those who watch from the clouds, those who are there in the live streams, and those who watch on replay, however it is that you consume, however it is you allow me to add value to you. I just want to tell you that I truly, truly appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
And I hope that I'm able to add a lot of value. I hope that I'm able to encourage you, motivate you, help you develop some discipline in making progress in this tech game. And the reason that I'm building out this platform, this coaching platform, is if I'm working with you one-on-one to help you build out that discipline, to help you achieve your goals, all of that good stuff. So a lot of things to come. I think that platform is going to be super awesome. And I think it's going to add so much value into the lives of the people that I work with one-on-one. All right. With that being said, I want to give because those that I work with one-on-one, my Tech Barbarians, shout out to all the Tech Coach Off Patreon members, my Tech Barbarians, my Technical Explorers, everyone who joins me for the Vibe Code and Chill, those who participate in the Scrum Nights. Shout out to you guys. You guys work so hard, and you are absolutely the best. Yes, you are.
We the best.
And shout out to my YouTube channel members, my tech mercenaries who support me, allowing me to be on this platform on YouTube and for the message to go all the way across the world. I am so happy that is being translated and we are touching people. I got a comment fully in Chinese this morning. Had to use translate to see what it said, but it was super awesome. So I'm just saying we are reaching people all across the world to bring this tech mindset, this discipline mindset, so that we can achieve all the things that we want to achieve. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right, quick announcements. Tomorrow we're going to have candid conversation at noon Eastern time. We're going to be talking about how what people see, the results, they see it for a short period of time, but the amount of work that goes into it, what we see, the work that we do, most people don't see it. And honestly, they don't care unless you win. So if you think about last night, there was a fight, right? Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. It's a I fell asleep. I didn't get to see the fight, right? I was planning to, fell asleep, didn't get to see it. But what I know for a fact is in however much time, I don't know how many rounds was it. Let me see how many rounds it was. It was, let me see how many rounds Canelo Alvarez and Crawford. It was 12 rounds, going the distance to unanimous decision. So 12 rounds, right? 3 minutes per round. And so it's about 36 minutes. So we, the public, witnessed 36 minutes of a fight. But they, Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford, his team, they dedicated months and months and hours and so much training top-notch fitness, every little thing that we don't see all the work that leads up to it. Only them and their team knows it, and they get judged by 3 judges for 36 minutes of work to see how much to see so all of that work that they did came down to 36 minutes, right? And there can only be one winner. So we're gonna be talking about that concept tomorrow, not particularly about the Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford, but that's a similar example to what we're gonna be talking about. All right. So tune in tomorrow, noon Eastern time, Candid Conversations. It is going to be absolutely amazing. I will be there in the chat as we premiere it with you guys to have the discussion, all of that good stuff. All right. And then we're gonna be going live Tuesday night. We'll probably actually Tuesday night we might be working on the app as well, or on the time cost calculator app to try to get that pushed to Apple. There were some comments left or some feedback left that I'm going to be reviewing, and we're going to see if we can fix that as well. So that is what we have upcoming for the next couple of days. All right, but those are all the announcements. Those are all the announcements. We are going to jump into. We're going to be jumping into the coaching platform so I can just share what I have done so far with it, and I'm just gonna continue building out. I got some great ideas from Gemini. I told Gemini, hey, I'm building this out. This is what I do. Can you give me some ideas that I can add to it? And it gave me some fascinating ideas. Started implementing it, and I'm going to have and I already had some feedback from one of the people that I'm coaching saying, oh, I tried to do this. I got this error, went back in and I fixed it. And we're going to go from there. So I'm going to go and jump into, let's go over to take care of this token hit. Why don't we? All right, so let me go to the dashboard. Let me refresh. All right, I'm going to switch screens over here. And this is the dashboard. So this is this is the view that a regular member would see, except for they don't see the coaching and the admin. Only coaches and admins would see that. And so I set up some of my own goals as well in order to test it out, but also to because I want to be able to track my progress, track my goals, because when it comes time to either do self-assessment, whether it's like, so I'll put stuff in there that I'm trying to achieve at work, things that I'm trying to achieve like here on this channel, that I'm trying to achieve through coaching, all the different goals that I have and the time frame. So this is like pretty much the goals where you can get help with AI creating a smart goal. You can set your goal title, description, the time horizon that you want it for. You can set up a target date if you want. And then, so something that I got an idea from Gemini was, well, we can break the goal down into milestones. So I have it where you can say, all right, break your goal into smaller manageable milestones. Progress will be calculated as you complete each milestone. So if we look at this over here, we have milestones. So let's say I add, so which makes me wonder if I take the progress off of here, right, and we just only use the milestone, I don't know. So this is because I had added the progress before I got some ideas from Google to do the milestone. So I might take off the, or I might, take off the bars over here and have it tracked over here. But let's add some milestones. So let's say we do installed on AWS ECS via Terraform. So that's a milestone, right? Another milestone is we could say is running or ability to send Slack notifications, right? That's another milestone. And then another milestone we could say is, I wish it wasn't in progress because they're not, like, not all these are, so some of them are, but not all these are in progress. So I think another feature is to be able to configure the status of the milestones, but all good. I would also say, um, set up SSO with Okta. right? So it's another milestone, and we will say set up managed AWS databases for Postgres, right? It's another milestone that we need to hit to achieve this goal. Configure users to already have Slack member ID field. Not, let's do that. All right. So those are some milestones. Let's say we did we did this already, right? And I didn't like how that popped up. It shouldn't do that, but okay, so I'm just like testing it out, right, to see what's happening where. And let's say we did set up the managed ability to send Slack notifications. I don't like that reloading, so I will take care of that. But if we look here, 40%, and I have this challenge that I added to go to sleep earlier, to go to bed earlier, wake up earlier again. Recent achievements, the Indico Slack plugin. That is part of my cookie jar over here. These are not part of my cookie jars. Or I don't know where these are coming from. These were here by default. I'm gonna have to remove those. But let's see. So yeah, so there's some of the features. Let me see. I also added some features that has an activity feed. It has I have an onboarding section that it's not working yet. But I set it up. I have to like get it to do whatever it does, where it's like, but it's onboarding for like what do new members need to do, what do I need to do, just some different features. And I have like a bunch of more features that I'm going to be implementing using the ideas that I got, and go from there, right? So it's coming along. I still haven't set up the part. I'm still working on this part where I wanted to connect to my Gemini calendar or my Google Calendar to see the available slots, so that the the whole going to a different link needs to be done in order to, like, I just want my members to be able to do everything in here. So a lot more features coming. I already have a list of what I want to implement, but just taking it one step at a time, because once you implement something, you have to make sure it's working, and then you go back, make sure it's working, all that good stuff. So that is where I'm at right now with the coaching dashboard. It is going to be absolutely awesome. And as I was getting ready for the show, I had some even more ideas, because I'm just thinking about what are the ways to add more and more and more value to all of my tech barbarians, so that they can be successful, so that they can run it up. And I'm going to be using AI to assist me in assisting all those people that I work with one-on-one, all those people that I'm coaching. All right, cool, great. Another quick note, right? Another quick note. I will say this. Using Trying to think the best way to say this. All right. Using Lovable it's really, and I say this over and over again, right? But it's really, really helpful getting the big picture out of the way. But once it gets time to like be more surgical, to have more precision, I am over and over. I find myself pulling in the code locally and asking Gemini, how do I do this thing particularly? And I copy the code of where it should be implemented, and have Gemini walk me through getting that done. Here's an issue that I had on one of my apps, right? The way that and Lovable would mess this up over and over and over again. But the way that an upgrade to another tier works, um it was a nightmare. Just to be honest, right? It was a nightmare the way that like Level would try and they'll just do a bunch of stuff and it wouldn't work. And the thing is with these platforms, which I'm pretty sure it happened to any platform, right? It just does a bunch of changes at the same time, and you don't have that much control over the changes that it's making. So oh, like, and with the new agent mode, it is eating up your credits every time you try to fix it. So over and over and over again, it's like just eating up all my credits. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna take this task on upon myself. And what I normally do is I will go into Gemini and say, all right, this is the issue that I'm having. This is the code. Can you see what the issue is? And 99 out of 100 times, they say, oh yeah, this is the issue. And we have to go back and forth, maybe spend like 30 minutes to an hour going back and forth to precisely get it configured, to precisely get it configured. But it ends up working. So one of the apps that we're working on, I got tired of trying to have Lovable figure it out with and costing me a fortune. So I ended up going into Gemini, doing it manually, and then so when I sent it to my tech barbarian to do the testing, like, oh yeah, this is working very, very smooth now, and I was happy to hear that. But it's just you gotta know what tool to use when, you know? Um, sometimes, sometimes based on what you're doing, these platforms like Lovable can be like a machete or a chainsaw when you need like a scalpel, you know? Um, you might need a tweezer. Imagine trying to remove like a splinter, you know, with a the the tongue that you would get salad or whatever. No, you need a tweezer to like to be able to precisely pull it out. So that's what I do. That's what I like when I think something should be easy and I see it's getting like it's costing me a lot and it's getting a lot more complicated. Then that's when I have to like do the work myself, right? You know, if sometimes they say if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself. Sometimes I got to do it myself because the broadness of these platforms can definitely mess things up, right? So just wanted to share that with you to keep that into consideration as you work through building your apps, as you learn using these platforms, that you can easily get frustrated by asking to do the same thing over and over and over again, and it is not working. And you see that your tokens are just draining. Yes, they are just draining. It's unfortunate, right? So you got to know, okay, all right, I need to take a step back. I need to go and start using like just code pairing. Basically, that's what it is, right? Code pairing with with Gemini, Claude, OpenAI, whatever you want to use, but you got to start code pairing where you're making the changes. You're asking, okay, and so what I'll do is I'll ask, and then I'll just go through the all right, this area, this area, this area, this area, in order to get it right. So just some ideas to share with you as you are on your coding journey because it's not easy. It is not easy whatsoever. All right. So let me check the arena chat real quick. So over on arena side of the game, I got my guy Maye in the building. What's up, Maye? Says Gemini wasn't working for me, said the server was too busy. Um I use Gemini Pro, just because it's a really dumb reason. It's such a dumb reason that I got Gemini Pro, but the work that I've done with it ever since then, it's worth keeping it. But I got Gemini Pro, and other tools might be able to do it. I don't know, like I'm just so integrated with Google that it's hard for me to use something else because honestly, Cloud Code might be better. I mean, I'm pretty sure it should be better, or not Cloud Code, but Cloud itself. Um, but the reason I got Gemini was I wanted to try VO 3 And I never use VO3 now, but I use Gemini every single day, especially like helping me navigate through coding changes and stuff like that. Shout out to S Bond for following. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to you over on Arena. Shout out to Lash Crypto for following as well. And loading on AVAX. Shout out to you as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you guys so much for tuning in, educating the future tech. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate it. All right. We're gonna jump into our first segment of work, where I think we're good on, and I'll show you my Slack. I think we're good over on the Slack side of the game. Where we're not good is we haven't started yet is Okta. So we're going to I'm going to pull up a Gemini screen, right? And we're going to start investigating what do we need to do to get Okta to connect to our Gemini, our our Okta to connect to our Indico. See if we can sign up in Okta to do that. If we can't sign up in Okta, if we cannot sign up in Okta, it might be a very, very short show. So let's get to it. Let's get to it because I do have Scrum Night tonight. Started late, way later than I wanted to because of technical difficulties. It's a mess. It is a mess, but we're going to figure it out. All right. So let's jump into it. Let's do our first 20 minutes.
It's time to do.
All right. So where I want to start off is I want to show you that what we were working on Thursday, I actually got it working. It was a few more changes that I needed to do. But at the end of the day, we got it. So this is my Slack that I use for my coaching my coaching team. We have the individual events notification where I got two of them for some reason. It said so. I'm gonna check Indico to see why I have two, because it says I got one for session test, and then I also got one for session Slack notification contribution. So and what I also do is add in a new contribution that I'll say that I'm going to attend to make sure that while we are on here, we can actually get that notification, which would be really, really cool. So I got this notification. Oops, I got this notification. These two notifications, and I also got the one for the team management, which was like it sends it to the entire channel where it is going to be taking place. Trying to think. I think we're good for now. All right. There might be other needs for it too. Because I'm just thinking about how we did our conference last year, and there were like multiple channels, if I can remember correct. I don't remember. I have to double check how we did that. But that might be another feature to add inside in the future. But for now, we have this is major. This is huge. We have our notifications coming in, and we have the individual chatbot notification coming in as well, which is awesome. Right. So that being said, we are going to go over into Gemini. Let me see here. We're going to jump over into Gemini, and I am going to ask Gemini. Oh, actually, no, before we jump into Gemini, let's jump in over here. Let me see what I have. So it said that I had Slack notification contribution and 10:24. So it was starting at maybe like 11 at 10:40. This was on the 11th. And this one had it had two contributions to it. Okay, okay, so basically test. So the only annoying thing is that this is the annoying thing about how this is gonna have to be done. The well, no, no, it's actually fine because let's say you have I don't know, either you have to do a bunch of session blocks or you have a session block from that could work actually. I gotta think about it. But so the configuration of Indico, that's gonna be one thing, but we do know that the most important part is we are able to send out our notifications. So that's what I care about the most. All right. So what we're gonna do now is we are going to, so this is why it's in two, right? We're gonna go to Gemini and we're gonna say, let me go to my Indico. And now that we've gotten this working, so this is good. Our plugin is good. It's configurable. It's probably, we could probably externalize that plugin even more to say, all right, we can just install it. So that should be good. Right now it's being installed as part of the Docker image, which that's because it's how it works best. So whatever. Now, what I want to do is, thinking if I should do a new prompt or if I should do it in here. I'm gonna do a new prompt. I'm gonna do a new prompt, right? New chat. So I'm going to say that, zoom in a bit. I'm going to say that I would like to set up Okta to integrate with Indico events so that the users that authenticate with other so that users can authenticate with SSO into Indico events so they don't have to manually create an account. Let's start off with that, right? Let's start off with that. I'm gonna crack this open in the meantime. All right, so it says that integrating with Okta with Indico for single sign-on is standard and highly recommended practice. This will allow users to authenticate using their existing Okta credentials. Indico will automatically create an account for them upon first login and a process known as just-in-time provisioning. The most common protocol used for this integration is SAML 2.0. The process involves configuring Indico as a SAML app in your Okta organization and then configuring Indico to trust Okta as an identity provider. Here's a step-by-step guide. Prerequisite: administrator access to your Okta organization, administrator access to your Indico. So we have that. We don't have this yet, but I'm going to see if I can create my own Indico. The base URL for your Indico instance. Hopefully we can use localhost for that. All right, so let's see. So let me see if I can sign up with Okta. I don't know if I'll be able to. Free trial. Let me go rough. Work email. Business email needed. All right, so let me see something. Okta free tier. Is there a free tier for Okta? Start building free. All suites are billed annually. Okta offers free access through Auth0 platform for customer-facing apps, which include 25. So let's see. All right, let's check about the Auth0 thing then. I don't think Auth0 is the same though. Hmm. I don't know. Let's see what I can do with this, right? Let me see if I can do at. That takes. All right. What's my phone number? They're probably gonna be calling me and stuff like that. That's gonna be so annoying. That's gonna be super annoying, but whatever. Phone number is invalid. What does it mean it's invalid? Phone number is perfectly valid. Let's go to. Wow. Wow. Oh, now you take it. Okay, I got you. I got you. You know, like my copy and paste. I got you. Florida. And we are gonna go to I'm not a robot. And let's see, start free trial. Let's see what happens. All right. Check your email to activate your Okta. All right, let me see. Check my email. Let's go to my email. All right, there we go. Got the email. Activate account. We are active. Can I get it from here? See if I can do this over here. Copy URL, send it to myself. Try to do it over here. Paste. All right. A lot of stuff, a lot of moving pieces here, okay? Bear with me. Copy. Let's do that. And sorry. So security methods help protect your trial account by ensuring you have access. Choose a password for your account. All right, I'm going to choose my password, and let me see, what password do I want to use? At least eight characters, a lowercase, no part of your username. What is my username? Okay, gotcha. Passwords can't be the same as. All right, so we're gonna do that. Next. And then it says security methods help protect your, okay. Oh god. All right. Okta Verify. Okta Verify is an authenticator app installed on your phone, which I have Okta app because I use that at work. All right, so we're gonna go to Okta. And here's the thing, right? The work that I do, the roles that I'm in, there is no real reason that I would necessarily need to know how to set up and configure Okta. But I have the opportunity to because I have the opportunity to because I am exploring, I am learning different things. On your device, download the Okta Verify app, open the app and follow the instructions, add your account. When prompted, scan this QR code. Um, this would be add the organization. Add an account from another device. If you have Okta verified on another device, you can add. Scoop. Yes, read the QR. All right, let's scan. We're scanned. It's adding. Protect. I guess so. Just following the instructions on the screen. All right, account added. Now what? All right, we're good to go. Sweet. We are sweet. And something that Okta can do as well. Okta is able to like when I'm logging into my work computer, I need to get a code from Okta to be able to allow it to log into my work computer, right? So it connects to a lot of stuff. All right, so now let's take a look at Gemini. Navigate, so log into your Okta admin dashboard, navigate to applications, create an app integration. So let's go to other. Choose the app that are, let me see. Can I just skip? Okay, let's go to other Indico events, submit, select it. Okay, Indico events, submit, next. Where are your users going to be imported from? I will do a CSV because I don't have none of that. What Okta features are you most interested in? I would like to do SSO. Oh my God, this is annoying. All right, let's skip all of that. All right, we're in. We are in. Let's go to. So they said that we need to go to applications, and we're gonna do. They said we're gonna do create app integration. Let's go and do that. Create app integration. And then we are going to do, I guess, SAML. Yep, SAML 2.0. Next. And we're going to say, so over on Arena, we got Emily in the building. Hi, Emily. How are you doing? Hopefully you are doing well. Let's see. Polar Bear Hunter says, what is Okta? No, Okta is a I'm trying to see the best way to describe Okta as. Let's just do what is Okta. So basically, Okta, cloud-based identity access and management, right? So it's a lot of cybersecurity type stuff, where your users are managed through there. So cloud-based IAM, identity access management, that secures user access applications and data for their businesses and their employees and their customers. So they provide SSO. I'm trying to set up multi-factor authentication, which they had to set up to be able to access Okta. User provisioning to streamline user experiences and enhance security by ensuring users the users are who they say they are. So basically, that's what it is: centralized identity. And if you connect Okta to let's say Slack, when you go to sign into Slack, Okta is going to be used to provision their account and all that type of stuff, right? So it doesn't grant AI access to those apps. It just grants the users access to whatever it's configured to do, right? Verifiable and data privacy. Yep. All right. So let's go ahead and continue configuring Okta. So Gemini says, all right, so SAML 2.0 and app name, enter descriptive name like Indico events is what we're gonna do. Indico events. No, it's just for company data, employee data, any type of data. It's not Okta and AI don't necessarily have anything to do with each other, but let's say your company, so I'll give you an example, right? Let's say a company that you're working for, or let's say you're an employer and you got your employees access to Devon AI, to Cursor, to GitHub, to whatever, right? You could use Okta as what is giving the employee like of how employees connect to those platforms, right? So and it can be for anything like Slack, Workday, um, Gemini, Google, um, OpenAI, Amazon, AWS, whatever it is that you want them to be able to connect to through the company, like a company account. You can use Okta to set them up through that. I'm trying to think of another company who does that. Who else? Let me see who else does SSO. Who else does SSO? Azure. I mean, you can do SSO through AWS as well. Google Workspace does SSO. So yeah, that's basically what it is. Like in order to be able to connect AWS SSO, Auth0, Google Ping Identity, things like that. All right. All right. So Indigo Events, a logo. Let me see if I can get me a logo. Let's see. Browse files. And let me see if I can find my logo. And let's go with that one. Let's go with that. And apply. We have that. Do not use display application icons to. Who cares? This is just a test, right? Let's go with that. And it's gonna be interesting. All right. So now to configure this, configure SAML. So this is the most critical step. You'll need to provide Okta with URLs from your Indico instance.
Lunch break.
Cool. We shall name ID format, set this to email address. All right, cool. So this is a good spot. This is a good spot. We will see if we can get all of this stuff done. We'll see if we can get all this stuff done today. If not today, we have a 30-day trial, right? So that's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, let's go to break. Let's go to break though. But I'm happy to see the progress that we're making. I think we're heading in a very, very good spot because here's the thing, right? If I can figure this out and I get this to work, then because I had discussions with the IT department back in April, May to see, okay, are we able to set up Okta? And they really weren't too sure on how to do that. And it's like, and they're so busy. Like, and this is the reason that I'm spending all this time doing this because the the people who could probably figure this out, I don't think that they should go and have to go on this wild goose chase for like my passion project for the company. So I'm like, all right, let me figure it out. And I'll figure it out, and then we can and then I can just bring the information back and go, all right, I'm like, oh, in Okta, this is all that we need to do. I have it all figured out. This is all that we need to do. Create a new app, give it the name, configure it this way. This is the URL that it needs to come back to. Boom, 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 boom. And now we're done. So I'm spending all the time, all the work, right? We're just gonna go into the candid conversation tomorrow, but I'm spending all the time, all the work. It's all right. And I'm wrapping it up with a little bow on top. Is this is what you need to do? And done, right? So my many days, many hours of work, I am going to deliver to them on a platter. Say, all right, now hopefully it takes them like 10 minutes to set it up because I already did all the work, right? And so that way we continue to move forward, continue to add value. All right. So let me see. Anything in the chat? Nothing new in the chat. Hopefully, shout out to everybody who is watching on Arena. Hopefully that this is adding a lot of value to you. That we have 12 people watching on Arena. Shout out to you guys. Let's get it. All right, and we have a good amount watching on YouTube as well. We're doing great, and hopefully that if you have any questions, anyone, please let me know. All right, okay. We are going to jump into our very, very first break time topic. Yes. Do you know that? Guess what? Klarna. You guys know buy now, pay later. Buy now, pay later. how many people are paying 50% interest rates because they said, you know what? I have got to have that Uber Eat on Klarna, on Affirm. I will pay for. I'm gonna get it now because I need that. I I need those wings. I need those lemon pepper wings. All right. So now they put their food on Klarna, and now they did not pay it in time, and that free interest that zero interest rate expired, and they are now paying 5 times as much as those wings cost on DoorDash and Uber Eats because they wanted to pay it on Klarna, right? So while that sucks for them, right? But guess what? Guess what? Go over here. The Klarna IPO, right? 17 billion IPO, initial public offering, makes millionaires. Let's go. Let's read this together, right? So this is brought to us by Fortune through Yahoo Finance. Let me see if I can get rid of. I don't know if I can get rid of it, but so big. Hold on. Let me get rid of it. Clean up on aisle 4. Clean up on aisle 4. Let me see. Can I get rid of you? Let's go to. Oh gosh. Let's go to. Boom. Done. Out. You're out of here. All right. So Klarna's 17 billion IPO has just turned 40, yes, 40 staffers into overnight millionaires, while NVIDIA, Canva, and Palantir workers are seeing similar gains. All right. So let me see. All right. So Klarna made its New York Stock Exchange, the NYSE, New York Stock Exchange debut this week, sending its market cap soaring to $15 billion, propelling around 40 staffers to millionaire status overnight. Yes. With its executive team gaining the most from the IPO, it's not the first time Klarna's success has created ultra-rich employees. At least 115 of its workers have hit 7 figures net worth since 2021. And staffers at other tech companies, including NVIDIA, Canva, and Palantir, who invested early, have also made it into the elusive wealth club. So, Klarna, it's I don't know how I feel about that, right? I mean, I'm with it actually. Now that I think about it, I'm with it. Klarna makes a lot of money based on people's poor decision-making skills. That's what it is. And your poor decision-making skills allowed 40 of their staffers to become millionaires overnight, right? I'm just saying.
I'm just being honest.
I'm just being honest, right? But shout out to them. Shout out to those 40 staffers. Many might think that only savvy investors, pioneering founders, and rising CEOs become millionaires overnight, but employees are reaping 7-figure net worth from the success of their companies too. 36 lucky Klarna staffers just joined the ultra rich club thanks to its recent stock windfall. So basically, these 40 staffers, I don't know exactly how long they've been with the company, but when Klarna was private and they said, all right, we are going to be offering the they have different options. So they might be offering the ESSP, employee stock purchase program, or ESPP, employee stock purchase program, right? That's one way. They can also be saying, all right, as a form of payment, as a benefit, which my company does this, we are going to be giving you shares of the company, and whatever, and they can have them as part of those benefits. They can have those like vested shares. So I know, like, so one structure that some companies do is, all right, per year we'll give you, let's say, 100 shares, right? However, you can only vest a certain percentage of those shares per year. So we give you 100, and this is a way to keep talent, right? We give you 100 shares, but after year 1, 20% of those shares are fully vested. You can do it with whatever. Each year you get 100 shares, but so it's like it keeps trickling in. Where it's like, oh man, like I'm now if you were to like, oh, I'm gonna go somewhere else, you end up leaving some money on the table, to be honest with you, right? But let's say you put a 100, so you get 100 shares from the company, and after a year, 20 shares are vested. After 2 years, now you have 40 vested shares, but not really, right? Not really. So you have the 40 from the initial 100, but the 100 that you got in your next year, you're also going to get those 20 as well. So now you technically have 60 vested shares, and you have a total of 200 shares that are available to you. So and the cycle just keeps continuing. Now, if the company ends up going public, all those shares that you have, and based on if the company does really, really well going public, that might make you a millionaire overnight. Yes, indeed.
Freaking awesome!
That's how it works. All right. So Klarna made its New York stock market trading debut this week, with shares skyrocketing after the fintech company and its backers raised 1.37 billion in an initial public offering (IPO). The business's shares shot up as much as 43% on Wednesday, geez, opening at $52 a share and closing at around 45.82 each. I guess they lost a little bit. Is that let me see. Wait, what? No, they didn't lose. Hold on. So it shot up as much as it opened at 52 a share and closed. Okay, so it went down. It went down. Well above the IPO. Oh, wait, what? Hold on one second. The business shares shot up as much as 43 on Wednesday. Opening at 52 a share. Well above the IPO price is 40 ahead of the listing. So I guess I'm confused by this. This shot up Klarna's market cap to a whopping 17 billion, and is estimated that the stock surge catapulted more than 40 current and former Klarna staffers up into the millionaires club, thanks to employee stock. What did I just explain to you? What did I just explain to you? Thanks to the employee stock perks, right? So but I really want to understand what this means. Let me see. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go back to Gemini. I'm going to say, I was reading an article about Klarna's IPO, and I didn't understand what this sentence meant. Can you explain it to me, as I'm an 8th grader? Oh crap. I didn't put the I didn't put the actual let's go to this is how I use Gemini. Like, I'm like, all right, I don't understand this. Can you make this make sense to me? If you saw some of the back and forths that I have with Gemini, like about tech stuff, and how we are surgeons. All right, that sentence has a lot of business words in it, but the idea is pretty simple. Let's imagine it's the release of a super hyped limited edition pair of sneakers. The IPO price, the official retail price, before the sneakers are released to the public, the sneaker company decides they will sell them for $40 a pair. This is the official starting price. In the sentence, $40 is the IPO price. An IPO, initial public offering, is the very first time a company sells shares, tiny pieces of ownership in the company, to the public. Okay, got that. The listing release day. Wednesday is the big release day when anyone can start buying and selling the sneakers. This is the listing price. The opening price, the first sale, the door is open, and the hype is so huge that the very first person who buys the $40 sneakers immediately sells them to someone else for $52. Oh, the very first person who buys the $40 sneakers immediately sells them to someone for $52. All right, gotcha. In this instance, the shares opened at 52 a share. This means the first trade of the day wasn't at the $40 IPO price, but much higher because many people wanted to buy. Okay, gotcha. So it opened at 40, but people didn't buy it for 40. They bought it for 52 because they really wanted it. Shot up as much as 43%. The peak hype. Throughout the day, the hype gets even crazier. At one point, people were paying almost $58 for the sneakers, which is 43% increase from the original $40. This is what it's meant when the share shot up as much as 43. The closing price by the end of the day, when the store closes at the end of the day, the price has calmed down a bit. The last pair of sneakers sold for $45.82. This is the closing at around 45.82. So what the whole sentence means, the company's first day of selling its shares to the public was a huge success. They planned to sell them for $40, but people were so excited that the price immediately jumped to 52, went even higher during the day, and ended up about $46. Because of the final price was much higher than the starting price, it shows that investors are very excited about the company's future. Gotcha. Okay, this is the way that I use Gemini to educate myself. I use AI to educate myself, right? Because I've heard smart people try to break this stuff down, and I'm like, Charlie Brown, blah, 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 blah. And I am sure sometimes when I'm talking about this tech stuff, that is what you guys are hearing as well, right? Blah, 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 blah. But if you don't understand what I'm saying, take it to Gemini and have Gemini explain it to you. Like, if whatever it is that you are, maybe you spent your lifetime being a carpenter. Tell it to explain it to me as a carpenter. Watch this. Can you give me another example as that would make sense to a carpenter? You're gonna see. This is what I would do. This is how the right use of AI, getting it to explain a complex topic in a way that you can easily understand. Sometimes it's not the greatest examples, right? But let's explain it using an analogy a carpenter would know well. A special batch of rare lumber. Imagine a lumber mill gets its hand on a limited supply of exceptionally beautiful rare wood. Let's say figured walnut. Right, figured walnut is beautiful, although I've never seen it before. It says the IPO price of $40, the mill's price. The mill decides to offer the special walnut to all of its preferred longtime customers first. They set the price at $40 per board foot. This is the IPO price. It's their initial pre-market price before it's available to everyone. The listing price. Open the gates. On Wednesday, the mill announces that the remaining walnut is now for sale to the general public. Any carpenter can come and buy it. This is see, this makes even more sense. So they open it to the general public. So they already have their pre-sale, right? Their IPO price to the people that they choose to sell it to. And now it says, okay, it's open to the public. So that's the listing. And the first order at the listing price was $52. The moment the lumberyard opens, word has gotten out. Cabinet makers and furniture designers are lined up. The demand is so high that the very first sale of the day isn't $40. It's for 52 per board foot. This is the opening price. Shot up as much as 43, peak demand. The frenzy continues throughout the day. More builders try to get this rare wood. They pay up to $58 for it, closing at 45.82. And so that was like when the rush settled down. That's when they're paying 45.82 per board foot. That makes sense. In short, it was a very successful day, proving that a lot of people think the company, like the rare wood, is very valuable and worth more than the original price that got it. That makes sense. Let me see. Loading says, death is a hell of a drug. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
May says, did you know the CEO of Arena worked for Gemini Exchange before he took over Arena? I did not know that. That is awesome. That is super duper awesome.
Let's get it.
Shout out to the CEO of Arena. Arena is pretty cool. I'm liking Arena, and really cool people that I've met on Arena. So, all right, let's. I got so far away from the article. Let's continue with the article. Right, it says this. All right, this shot up. All right, we read that. All right, cool. We read that. Of course, the fintech company co-founders Sebastian Siematowoski and Victor Jacobson had the most to gain from the debut. Despite leaving the company in 2012, Jacobson still held on to 31.4 million shares valued at 1.1 billion at the time of the IPO. Wow, Mr. Jacobson, you are on it. So if he has 31.4 shares, 31.4 million shares, right? And the stock price, let me do some pocket watching real quick, right? Let's see, calculator. I know I want to get back to work, but this is awesome. 31.4 million shares, right? So we would say 3, 1, 4, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. So this is 31.4 million shares, right? Times, let's say, Klarna stock price is currently at 42.92. So it went down a little bit, right? It went down a little bit. Times 42.92 equals 1, 2. So that would mean that Mr. Jacobson is worth, am I right here? Or his shares in Klarna is $1.3 billion. Gee willikers. All right. So I'm just telling you. You gotta stay on this. All right. So right now, so at the IPO time it was valued at 1.1. Now it is 1.3 billion worth, right? And we'll reportedly sell 2.5% of them. It's like, give me my money. Meanwhile, CEO Semitawaski owns 25.6 million shares with a value of 920 million, and dozens of other staffers benefited as well. There are 37 former and current Klarna employees who now hold shares worth more than $1 million. $1 million. Let's see. According to an analysis from startup publication Stifed, Klarna declined Fortune's request for the comment. Aww. Klarna executives had the most to gain among new staffed millionaires. Aside from the co-founders, many of the Swedish fintech company executive team had the most to gain thanks to their inevitable or inviolable stock portfolios. For example, Klarna's chief product and design officer David Falk, Fock, owns more than 600,000 shares worth at a total of 21.6 million, and at the IPO he plans to sell almost 40% of his stock according to the Stifed reporting. Give me my money. That's what Mr. David Falk is saying. Give me my money. Meanwhile, Nicholas Nelgen, the company's chief financial officer, holds around 280,000 shares worth 10 million and plans to sell 8%. He also wants his money. Hey, Dirty, baby, I got your money. Don't you worry. Say, hey, hey, Nicholas, baby, I got your money. Don't you worry. That's what they're saying, right? And Chief Marketing Officer David Sandstrom, who owns around 290,000 shares valued at 10.4 million, seeks to offload 30%. Say, I want my money. I want my money. Wednesday's success is not even the first time Klarna's surging stock has created a new cohort of millionaires. Back in 2021, about 75 current and former company employees made it to the elusive seven-figure club, according to Sifed. The fintech company had secured a $45.6 billion valuation in June that year, crowning Klarna as Europe's top private startup at the time. So I'm going to say this, right? Let me see something real quick. What country is Affirm based? Affirm is an American financial company or fintech. So I mean, at least when we are selling our souls to Affirm, at least we're selling it to an American company, right? But for Klarna, we're selling us Americans are selling our souls to a European company, and we're just giving everything away. We're paying these 50% interest rates to at least if we're going to sell our soul, let's sell it to an American company, right? I'm just saying this is for the people in America. For those in Europe, go ahead and use Klarna. I mean, use a firm because at least sell your souls to. All right, can we trade? If we sell our souls to Klarna, can you sell your souls to a firm, right? I am just asking.
I was gonna lie to you, but I had to tell the truth. I'm just being honest.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking. It says employees who own as little as a fraction of a percent of a share, as low as 0.0022, were considered a bona fide millionaire. That's awesome. Klarna isn't the only company minting billionaires, and Nvidia and Canva employees also enjoyed a wealth surge. Today is not the only. Today is not just founders who are set up to get rich from a tech boom. Even everyday workers who invest early in promising startups can reap the wealth. Exactly. There you go. There you go. Like Klarna, 4 trillion tech company Nvidia also made many of its 36,000 employees millionaires after enjoying a 3,000% stock surge since the start of 2019. Investing.com financial analyst Jesse Cohen shared a survey estimating that 76 to 78% of the company's staffers had hit seven figures, with approximately half boasting a net worth of more than 25 million. I'll tell you this, right? You got to get your mind on net worth instead of just what is the cash hitting my account from my work. You don't like use the employee stock purchase program. Use the stocks that they're giving you. Don't just sell them off because, oh, I want to buy some Jordans or I want to buy this video game. No, use the 401k. Use these programs, because if the company that you're working for blows up somehow, you can become a millionaire too. You can sell 8% of your shares and get some money out of that, right? And CEO Jensen Huang took it up a notch this year when he revealed that he has created more billionaires. He has created more billionaires on his team than any other leader in the world. Shout out to Jensen Huang. Canva has also created new millionaires after the tech company launched an employee share sale, which valued the business at $42 billion this August. Cliff Olpschrick, Canva chief operating officer, said in an email to staffers that current and former staffers who are eligible would be able to sell up to $3 million of shares at a price of $1,646.14 each. Founding members and employees from 198 billion software giant Palantir are ranking it in as well. Most recently, CTO Shyam Sankar became the 5th Palantir staffer to become a billionaire. Let's go.
Money. Shake your bank.
After its stock skyrocketed by more than 550 million over the past year, OpenAI Sam Altman also pledged to send the net worth of his employees soaring with major bonuses this August. The CEO said he will deliver a special one-time reward to researchers and software engineers across some of the company's departments, including engineering, scaling, and safety, according to reporting from The Verge. Tell me you hate your job. Tell me. These companies, if you are qualified, if you're smart enough, if you are dedicated enough, they can make you a millionaire. A 9-to-5 millionaire. See, me, I like to be in all the mix. I want to create my own stuff, but I also want to get my benefits and I want to get my stocks. I want my stocks, all right? It says the biggest bonus will be in the mid-single digit millions for top talent, while most are expected to be awarded hundreds of thousands of dollars. About a third of OpenAI's workforce, around 1,000 workers, qualify for the envy-inducing payment. Shout out to them. So there you go. There we have it. Look at that. Making millionaires. Twista said, in what song was that? Overnight Celebrity, was it? That he can make you a celebrity overnight. Well, these tech companies can make you a millionaire overnight. All right. So, let me see. Check the chat real quick. Let me see. May says advisor for Gemini clearing. Interesting. All right, cool. All right, let's go and jump into. Let me see. Close this. Close that. Close that. Close that and close that. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and jump into another 20-minute segment.
Let's go! Let's go!
This may or may not be the last segment of the show, just because that's from night to night, running late. We shall see. We shall see. All right, but let's go over to this one. And let's go to here. All right, so this is saying we were here. All right, it says this is the URL where Indico will receive the SAML assertion. So hopefully, well, I think we should be able to do it locally, right? Because it is running locally. We're just trying to test this, right? Localhost 8080. So if we go into, oh my goodness, let's close that. Let's close that. We go, oh, really? I've been signed out? It was so quick. All right, let me go and verify this. Give me a second, getting a message here. Let me see. How do I do that? Your refer. How do I do that? Give me a second. This is. Oh, give me a second. I'm trying to take care of something over here. Oh, okay. Give me a second. Trying to take care of something on Arena real quick. All right, let's do that. And we do refer. How do I do this? Give me a second. Give me a second. How do I add it? Add refer and earn. Can you add further? Trying to see how to do this. I don't see how to do that. I was trying to do something, but I don't see how to actually do that. Give me a second. Let me go back over here. Might have choose the wrong thing. Let me go to. Oh, all right. Hold on. Let's see. I don't see how to do that. Well, May, if you can give me some insight on how to do that thing you messaged me about, I will do it. I tried. I don't. It's not giving me the option to do it. So let me know. Let me know if there's something I can do, and I will be more than happy to do it. I just don't have that option to do it. So sorry about that. I apologize that I can't do that. Wish I could. Feel bad now. All right, let's continue. Let me go ahead and open Okta. Now, and the funny thing is, right, about using these platforms, like now that I'm working with some Okta integration stuff, I understand a lot better what they do at work, you know? Let me see. So I need to put in a code here. So verify. And we're back in. All right. So let's call that Indico events. And I'm gonna do that one. Apply. Next. Configure SAML. Single sign-on URL. Single sign-on URL. Use this for receipt URL and destination URL. So let's go here. And we copy that. And we're going to go here. We're going to do this. So let's just say, well, it's not HTTPS. Let's say local host 8080. What else? It says, let's see. All right. So now audience spy URL. Let's take that. And hopefully it's gonna work. I hope it's gonna work with the localhost, right? Let's go here. Go there. Name ID format. Set this to email address. All right, let's do that. Name ID format, email address. This ensures Okta sends the user's email and as their primary identifier. So, all right, so then if we go to attribute statement, we got that attribute statement crucial. All right, so attribute statement. Let's go. Let me see. All right, attribute statement. Perfect. We go to email, user.email. Add another. We're going to do first name, user.first name, last name. And the key is going to be somehow we're going to need to have the Slack information in here too. Add another. User.organization. Affiliation is optional but recommended. You can map it to user.organizations, user.department, or any other relevant field in your Okta user profile. After click next after adding the attributes, finalize the get meta. All right. Let's see. Let me do a quick add. I'll leave it as that for now. I can always go back to it and update it if I I can always go back to it and to get it to add Slack ID, your Slack member ID that's part of the Okta stuff. Let me see. This is an internal app that we have created, and we do finished. And there we have it. So now, next step is, all right. Now you'll be taken to applications configuration page. To connect Indico, you need to give its Okta SAML metadata. Go to sign on tab. Go to sign on tab in Okta in Indico Events app. Look for section titled SAML 2.0 metadata or metadata details. All right, so here, let's go to the administration. We are going to go to, where is that at? Move this over here now. This is under, wait, where are we at? We did all of this, did all that. All right, so go to okay. So on the sign on, go to sign on tab for new Indico. Okay. So in Okta, okay, we're in this. Okay, so we're where we need to be. Cool, great. So then we need to go to, am I missing something? We did this part. You will be taken to the applications configuration page. To connect Indico, you need to give its Okta SAML metadata. Go to the sign on page, or you got that. Copy this URL, okay? Assign users. Don't forget to assign users or groups to this application in Okta. Only assign, okay, so let's go to, so I guess I need to upload my CSV. Let me see. Well, there's already one user, I guess, right? Guess that's good enough. Okay. User. Guess that's me, maybe? Anyways, let's go ahead and configure. Let's configure the, if there's an error, we'll configure that part. So navigate to admin, click the gear icon on the top right and go to admin area. From the left-hand menu, go to authentication and security. I didn't see authentication. I did not see authentication. User management admin, maybe? I don't see it. General settings. General settings. It wouldn't be customization. It's not here. It's not there. Where would the... Where would it be? Users? Let me see. So, where is authentication configured in Indico events? Let's see. Oh, in Indico system-wide, authentication is configured with by the administrator here. This applies to all events hosted on Indico instances, individuals can have their own specific access protection. Authentication providers. Where would you set up SAML for Indico events? All right. Let me see. You set up. All right. Okay. You set up SAML for Indico by editing the Indico configuration to define the SSO authentication providers, potentially also configuring a. Okay. Interesting. Let me see if I go. It's a patch it I need. Let me see. All right, I'm going to search Indico's site for SAML. Authentication SAML. The SAML authentication identity are available by default, but you need to use but to use them you need Python 3 SAML library installed, pip install Python 3 SAML. Once everything is installed, you can add SAML related settings to your indico.conf. Below is an example. SAML config, identity providers, trusted emails, provider map. All right, so what I'm going to do is copy this page and I'm going to paste that into Gemini. Where am I? Oh, not that Gemini either. This Gemini. All right. Looking at Indico documentation, I think we need to do this via the Indico conf file. Here is the most recent documentation for this. So let's see if we're able to get this to work based off of those changes. All right, so thanks for providing documentation. For many self-hosted Indico instances, especially those managed via command line, making changes directly in Indico conf file is correct. It's not a procedure. The web-based admin panel is often a front end for the configuration file. Let's revise the instructions focusing on editing the indico.conf using the SAML provider type, which is the modern recommended approach. Okta configuration, this part. So this we've already done this. This is all good. This is all good. All right, Indico preparation. Install the required system dependencies for the XML file. I think we could try this. I think we could try this on the actual like machine first and then have it applied to the Docker file, right, to build the image. So if we go, let me get this off the screen, and I go to this, and I say that one.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
Lunch break. Oh God. Let's go to break really quick, and then we're gonna come back to. We'll go to break really quick, and then we'll come back to trying to do like we'll do one more segment. Maybe I will have my cutoff point at 5:20 p.m. because I do have Scrum night tonight. So let's do one more segment, and then we'll go back. Right? Well, let's go to break. We'll do one more segment. Because I do want to do this. This is like really. Like, I think we're really close. So we're gonna go into the Docker container. We're going to install the packages, install the Linux packages, install the Python packages, edit the Indico file, and restart the container and see what. Oh, let me say that. I think I can do it that way. Restart the container and go from there, right? But break time. Let me see. Check the chat. Sorry, May, that I couldn't get that thing done that you were mentioning. But I'll do it after the show. I spelled integrate. Can you believe I spelled integration wrong? Can I fix that? I don't know if I can fix integrate. Can't even fix a typo. That sucks. I just noticed that I had a typo on the name of the show at Arena, which we have 21 people watching on Arena. Shout out to Arena. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and rocking with me today. Let me see. All right, so let's go to break real quick. Let's go to this other break time conversation, which is about Coinbase. You guys know the crypto platform, right? Let's see what's going on with Coinbase. Let me go put up the banner real quick. Coinbase accuses the SEC of destroying text messages. Yup, that's what they said. All right, let's jump into this article real quick. We're gonna go through it really quick so that we can get to our last working segment. So, Coinbase says SEC destroyed Gensler Tech's demands court sanctions. I am not familiar with Gensler Tech's. I'm not like. I don't really know, I don't know what the SEC is going after Coinbase for. I haven't been keeping up, but I saw this seemed pretty interesting, right? Coinbase is demanding penalties after a regulator lost nearly a year of text messages from former chair Gary Gensler. Says Coinbase has accused the SEC of destroying nearly a year of former chair Gary Gensler's text messages. A recent SEC Inspector General report revealed texts from October 2022 to September 2023 were permanently erased during a critical crypto enforcement period. Jesus. The U.S. exchange wants expedited discovery, sanctions, and immediate production after the SEC failed to search text messages for court-ordered documents production. Coinbase has accused the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission of destroying former chair Gary Gensler's text messages, with industry observers calling it a credibility crisis that could weaken the regulator's position in future enforcement actions.
Bruh.
Gensler's SEC destroyed documents they were required to preserve and produce. Coinbase Chief Legal Officer Paul Grewal tweeted Thursday alongside a link to the court filing. We now have proof from the SEC's own Inspector General. These Inspector Generals ain't loyal, right? A report last week by SEC Office of the Inspector General found that nearly a year of then Chairman Gary Gensler's text messages were permanently deleted between October 2022 and September 2023. If you are a crypto person, if you know about the story, can you give me some background context on this? Like, what is the whole court dealing between Coinbase and the SEC and Gary Gensler, or is it? And Gary Gensler. I have no idea. The SEC watchdog said the agency employs a policy of remotely wiping devices disconnected from the agency's network for 45 days. I mean, I know companies have these policies, but if we get if we get a request that says, "Hey, you have to hold these for court proceedings," then we have to store. We have to build a way to keep them. So this is the SEC report from last week. We read that. Coinbase, through third-party historical research firm History Associates, has asked the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia to impose sanctions, order expedited discovery, and compel immediate production of all responsive communications. The agency destroy and delay approach to records must end immediately. The file reads, adding the destruction has caused irreparable harm that cannot be undone.
Bruh.
The SEC has fined private firms billions for poor record keeping, but now stands accused of doing the very same thing. Tisk, 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 tisk. Do as I say and not as I do.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
And what can really happen to them at the end of the day, right? It's the government. Rishabh Gupta, director at Web3 platform Trade Dog Group, told Decrypt, this creates a profound, do I say not, what? I didn't even read the story, and I already know what they're going to say, right? Do as I say, not as I do, problem that severely undermines the SEC's moral, give me a break here, moral authority, give me a break. The deletion timeline coincided with the FTX collapse, the SEC's crypto enforcement blitzkrieg, or KERG, and ongoing Freedom of Information Act litigation in which Coinbase sought internal agency communications regarding Ethereum regulation and digital asset policy decisions. The SEC initially denied the request under law enforcement exemptions, but abandoned that position after Coinbase filed suit in June of 2024. The Inspector General also identified potential record losses from devices belonging to over 40 other senior SEC officials, including 21 devices flagged for confirmed or suspected data destruction. Had the SEC conducted proper searches when the Freedom of Information Act requests were submitted in 2023, the agency could have reviewed and processed those records then, or at least taken steps to preserve them before Gensler's texts were destroyed. The filing reads, that is a fact. The reported erasure of key communications raises significant questions around transparency and accountability. Shiv Pandey, CBO at crypto startup BitSave, told Decrypt, regulatory positions carry the heavy responsibility of gatekeeping, where decisions must be anchored in fair principles and objective evidence. If sanctions are imposed, Gupta said it would create a legal precedent that allows defendants to challenge not only the SEC's theories, but also the credibility and thoroughness in handling evidence.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
That, he warned, could delay or complicate ongoing enforcement actions as companies push back more aggressively, making settlements harder and forcing the agency to defend its own internal processes. These government agencies ain't loyal. Don't trust them as far as you can throw them.
How dare you?
Let me see. So we over on Arena, we have May. It says SEC is rigged. It is a speculative organization that was created out of nowhere. Tell him, May. Tell him, Polar Bear Hunter. Designed to centralize decentralization. They covering up the mistakes. Tell him. I can do data recovery if the SEC needs me to. The SEC says, no, you're not going to rain on our parade. We are in the clear. Keep your data discovery or recovery to yourselves.
Bruh.
All right, let's jump into one last segment. 20 minutes. We should be able to get out of here by 5:10 so I can get ready for my Scrum night. Lots of work. It's gonna be a bad. It's gonna be good, but it's gonna be bad at the same time. Bad Scrum night. If you're a Patreon member, looking forward to seeing you there. But it's gonna be interesting. Let's put it like that. It'll be interesting, all right? But let's go over. Let's do one last 20-minute segment.
It's time to do.
And we are gonna go over to. We're gonna go over to here. And we're connected to the Indico prod. Let's go into here. So I'm connected to the container. I am going to follow the steps that are from Gemini, which says to, let me check if this is actually installed yet. Because we could do this. There's a few ways. Let me see. Let's go to Docker file. See if this is in there. Nope, it's not in there yet. So let's try to do this here first, right? Let's go to, so there is no, all right, so I don't think I need sudo. Let's just do apt-get. Hopefully that works. Permission denied. All right, let's say SE. I don't have a password. Shoot. Oh, no, it failed. All right, so let's do this. Let's go to exit. Let's see if I can find, oh, there goes the one for root. But we need it for, I need the root. All right, so let's go to this one. To you? All right, so we're at root. We're gonna do, let me see if there's gonna be, so no sudo. Let's try to do it without sudo. All right, so those are installing. That's in there. Install the Python SAML and Indico's Python. All right, so now we're gonna do exit. Oops. And go back up to this one, and we're gonna go to it's opt. Oh my goodness. All right, let's do cd opt indico dot v. All right, there you go. So and then bin can I do this? Pip install python 3.saml. Can I do that? Oh shoot, typo. Install. Okay, we're all right. So it's installed. Now we are gonna go to if I do this within here, if I go to pwd ls and we go vim, not vim, cd etc ls cd. All right, so vim indico conf. All right, so now we need to we're here. You will add the following configuration block. extract information from Okta's meta URL. Add the configuration. All right, so we will do these are optional but recommended for signing requests. You can, all right, paste entity ID from your Okta meta here. I'm gonna copy all of this, and I'm just gonna put in some test file over here. New scratch file. And that's going to be a, I don't know. Just need any old file. Let's do plain text. All right, so we got a plain text file. And inside of this plain text file, I am going to, let's go back over here. Let me go to my Okta. Oh my God, I keep getting signed out of Okta. But this is going to be localhost 8080. Get my phone again to verify on Okta. All right, so we're back into Okta. And I want to go to dashboard, applications, Indico events, sign on. All right, so metadata URL. This must match audience URI you entered in. Okay, I think that's correct. Next up, paste the entity ID. Where is the entity ID? Where is the XML? I had it for a second, but then where's the XML? Import. Let me see. This must match the audience URI you entered, so that looks right. And paste the entity ID from your Okta XML here. I don't see Okta XML. I had seen it before. I had add XML prior. Let's see. I see the metadata URL. All right. Let me go there real quick. All right, so your Indico URL here. This one's gonna be your Okta domain here. Single sign-on service. Paste SSO location URL. Would that be the sign-on URL? Looks about right. Copy that one. Single sign-on service, your Okta domain. Wait, so this one is going to be this one. Binary. So we got that option of the section if you want to support single logout. Yes, we can do it. I guess it doesn't matter. Add this section if you want. I'll leave that out for now. So pay certificate string from your Okta meta. Where is my? Where is the meta URL? General, maybe? We got all that. I don't see the. I'm looking for the XML over here. Apps logout. SAML issuer ID. I don't see the entity ID though. Entity ID. Define the auth provider. I only put in the connection like once though. X509 cert. Sign on. That's crazy that I can't access the other one over again. So let me ask, how can I retrieve the Okta XML again? Let me see. Go there, applications, sign on, scroll down, titled Samos. Let me see. Okay. So if I go here and I go to run sign on, go to, there we go. There we go. Now what do I do with this? So sign on service. Okay, gotcha. So if I am looking over here, sign on service. Might be the same thing actually. Okay, so we got that. Now we need this certificate here. And we're gonna put that, so I'm gonna go put that in here. Okay. What else do we, so we need the single, so we have the single sign on, single sign out. It's not even commented out. What else do we have? Login with Okta. This must match the, so this mapping must match the attribute statement you created in Okta. All right, let's give that a go at least. Let's see what happens. If this works, then we need to put that as part of the container. Let's copy this. Let's go into here. And let me see, where would this go in this file? This would go, I guess the bottom. I guess the bottom. Let's do this. Let me do. This is the current indico.conf file. Where would the SAML config go in it? You can add at the, all right, so we can just put it at the bottom. That's what I thought, but you know, just wanted to make sure. So we're gonna copy this one, go all the way to the bottom. Let's go back over here. I over paste that. WQ to exit. I think that's everything. Let's do a restart till we get exit. Docker restart Indico web dash or prod Indico web dash one. And then we will do the logs again of the container once it's restarted. If it's restarted. All right, so it's restarted. Oh no, thank you. Let's take a look at the logs. So there is an issue inside of our Indico file, looks like. Starting Indico. So this create providers that we added, or is it? Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. All right, so these two library version mismatch, unable. All right, so there's some issues in there that I will have to end up fixing. Okay. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy this error, right? Oh, first I'm gonna check to see if the site is loading. It might not even be loading at this point. Nope, we have an error, right? So I'm gonna, which I thought. So let me copy this right here. Let's go to here. And let's say that Gemini, I got this error in the logs when trying to load the page. Let's see what it says. I think if we were to do it through, like, maybe if I didn't do it the way that I did it, it might have worked. But I like to try it out like this first just to make sure that it is going to work before we go down a whole rabbit hole. By version mismatch between XML libraries, it's a classic SQL issue. Fix the fixes the force pack reinstalled. You will need to run these commands inside here. Yeah, okay. Annoying. All right, let's. How much time is left? It's over. All right, I think we're gonna call it a quits for today.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
Perfect timing. All right, I know what I need to do. I'm gonna keep working on it between now and Thursday, and if I get it working, we'll review. If I don't have a chance to do it, we'll continue working on it together. I think we're really close. We have and being that we have a 30-day trial for Okta, we gotta get it done as soon as possible, right? So I don't know. Maybe I will do that Tuesday and push the App Store app till Thursday. I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure it out. But that is where we're at. We're doing a lot. I gotta get out of here. It is already 5:10 over here. Got a meeting in 50 minutes, a little under 50 minutes. So good stuff. Good stuff. Quick announcement before we head out of here. Tomorrow we are premiering on YouTube. Candid Conversations. We're going to be talking about how you're only judged off a little bit of work that you do, right? So you have to work really hard to produce the best. We're going to talk about that tomorrow at noon. Tune in. Do me a favor as we head out of here. If you haven't done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live, and drop new content as well. Take control of the dev. Sign up. Scrum Night tonight. You can watch it on playback this week. Vibe Code and Chill next Saturday. It's available to anyone who signs up, even for free. We just hang out in a Google Meet. We talk, chill, come up with ideas. Sometimes we go down different rabbit holes, all that good stuff, right? Looking forward to seeing you there. But that's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, especially to everyone on Arena, the 23 people that are watching. Thank you guys so much. Truly appreciate your support, for allowing me to add a little bit of value into your life, especially May. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Everybody who's watching on YouTube, shout out to you guys as well. You guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday afternoon, evening, morning, wherever it is that you're watching from. Truly appreciate you guys. I will see you guys throughout the week. Tickle Trough. We are out.
Spartans! What is your profession?
I try to live what they let go, away to dreams they'll never know. But a drowning soul can't save the tide, and now I see I must step aside.
I fought till my hands turned to stone, carrying battles that weren't my own. They swore they'd stand but turned away, left me to bleed in the fray.
I held the line as long as I could, fought for the spark they misunderstood. They whispered dreams they'd never choose, said they were in but lived to lose. I can't fight for you no more, knocking on a locked up door. You said you were in but faded out, your silence echoes a deafening shout.
I wanted to see your colors fly, but you clipped your wings and let them die. You crave the fall, not the fight to win, a war within that you let begin.
I can't fight for you no more, knocking on a locked up door. You said you were in but faded out, your silence echoes a deafening shout. I saw the fire dim in their eyes, promises buried under their lies. They wore the crown of fleeting belief, but ran from the throne when it brought grief. Oh,
I tried to carry your weight on my back, but your shadow was a heavy attack. You disappeared when the fire burned high, left me screaming at an empty sky.
reach my hand, they let it fall. I can't catch ghosts, I've given it all.
Oh, they vanish like shadows in the light, fading away when it's time to fight. I reached my hand, they let it fall. I can't catch ghosts, I've given it all.